Greetings. I'm your brother, Brother Minister Wasim Muhammad, and welcome to another edition of the Wasim Muhammad Show. As always, I'm very excited about broadcasting you here on this cable station here from Camden, New Jersey. But this afternoon, we're here in Cherry Hill, New Jersey, and I want to first thank my brother Reverend Chris Collins, for this opportunity to be here with some very, very distinguished gentlemen for a very worthy and exciting cause of the abduction and sex trafficking of our children. Not only that is a problem here in Camden and throughout South Jersey and the Delaware Valley, but it's a national and international problem going around that's plaguing the fiber of the spiritual realm of our people. And I'm here today with a very exciting guest, a legendary boxer that needs really no introduction, world champion Roy Jones Jr. Greetings.
Thank you. I'm good.
Yes, sir. I'm glad to be. Well, let's talk a little bit about, what's your feel first. I have to say this to our audience here in Camden. What do you think about Camden, New Jersey?
I like Camden. It's my second time coming to Camden, and I really enjoy Camden. So I'm a, me, I'm a people person.
Yes, sir.
So I don't care about the lights, the glitz. I love people. And where people that show love, I give love. And that's just how I am. And in Camden, I always get a lot of love.
Yes, sir. And we appreciate it. So you're here to, in this November, you're going to have a fight with one of Camden's own, Prince Badi, Ajamu.
Right.
And I think it's a very worthy cause. And can you talk a little bit to our audience about, what gave you this incentive to want to fight this fight? And as all the many great fights you have had in the past, to fight this fight here?
Well, I really wasn't incentive. I didn't have any incentive to fight the fight in the beginning, and they told me that, Brian basically said, we're not trying to fight to revenge or fight or win or lose. It's about these kids. I wonder what kids you're talking about. Did he realize over 130,000 of our kids are abducted every year for the slave trade? Blew my mind away. I was like, wow. So when he started telling me the things that we could do to raise money and bring awareness to the situation, it became a no-brainer for me. It's like, I'm not usually motivated to fight, and when I'm not motivated to fight, I don't want to fight. Because without motivation, you have no goal. It's like, how you gonna get up to go fight? Because don't get it twisted, Prince Body is no walk in the park. And I know that off top. So it's like, if I'm not really having a reason to be fighting him, then what am I fighting for? Because this guy, he's strong as heck, and he's gonna come at you all the way around, So
Yes,
I'm like, I'm not looking for that kind of trouble right now.
Yes.
But when it comes to those kids, I put my life on the backside.
Yes, sir.
I'm not worried about what happened with me. If it's gonna bring awareness to us, helping these kids get out of these boxes, helping these people stop being able to steal and sell our kids.
Yes.
Because that could easily be my kid or your kid. They ain't particularly caring who kid it is.
Yes, sir.
They just getting them.
Yes, sir.
They see opportunity, they grab them.
Yes, sir.
You understand me? So when he brought that up, it's like, as a man, and I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna let you go back to it, but as a man,
Take your
every
time.
man looks at his children, and when they think about someone harming his children, he says, that I would die for. Every real man look at his children and think that probably once a week. It's like, I find myself at nighttime, when I go to bed, I wake up in the middle of the night sometimes, go look in my little girl's room and my little boy's room to make sure they're there. Because if something happened, I'm gonna feel responsible.
Yes, sir.
You understand me?
Yes, sir.
Them two right there, or all of them, I got 6 of them, all 6 of them are worth dying for me. But the other ones are 25 now, so they only got their own.
Yes, sir.
But the 4 younger ones,
Yes, sir. Yes,
you
sir.
touch them, you gotta die.
Yes, sir.
You feel me? So any man has to feel that.
Yes, sir.
So when he said that, I was sold.
Yes, sir. Well, that's an abbreviated moment right there. We definitely want to talk about that, but I want to talk a little bit about God first. And while we're here, I'm here with Brother Donald Belly here, who's also here working with this team. And Roy Jones said a lot in introducing this show that we can talk about. Talk to us a little bit about God first and what it is that you are doing. And first, we want to introduce you and welcome you to Camden.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. And as really, as you pointed out, and as Roy pointed out, realistically, I'd like to thank God for even being here, because if my mother told me years ago, if you place God first, you can't go wrong.
Yes,
and so I'd also like to thank the God First organization for really letting Atlantis participate in an effort, as you had mentioned, and really saving our kids from slavery. Because, you know, obviously with our heritage, we know what that's like.
Yes.
And our kids are the future. And if we don't consider this cause as worthy, then we have no future. And so we're just glad to be a part of it.
Yes.
We think they're playing a big role. And we have to bring attention to really the plight of our children.
Yes.
I know that, as you had mentioned, Roy, when you go to bed, if you feel as though your children are threatened, you have no peace there. I remember when my son was growing up, and he's bigger than me now, my youngest son. I used to worry about him when he was a little kid growing up. Is he going to do the right thing? Is he going to get hurt? And how can I protect him from that? And really, that's a cause that I think everybody in their heart should feel. And if they don't, I think the fight that Roy and Prince Badi are about to do, really it's bringing awareness to that, because sometimes we need to be aware. A lot of times we don't think about what's happening around the world in different places, because it's not necessarily the United States, but the plight of our children is something important that we can't overlook.
Yes, sir.
And we're glad to be a part of that.
Yes, and we definitely appreciate that. And you answered a lot of questions that I was going to ask you, so I thank you for that. And I want to go back to that abbreviated moment with champion Roy Jones Jr. Why is it that you think that the media don't know this side of you, and is it special that you get the opportunity to show the world? Because of course we know how great of a boxer that you is and it can continue to be today. But the greater part of you seems to be the inner self.
Well, the media don't know much about the inner self because that's not something that I put on display. You know, so I do things, but I don't ask for credit for it, because I feel like my credit comes from God. Because like he said, we must put God first. So I put my stuff aside, forget about me. I'm gonna do what I think God's work is. God's work is to look out for those who can't look out for themselves. I feel like that's God's work. Those children in them cages can't look out for themselves. They need help.
Yes,
We as grown-ups and parents are supposed to go do what we gotta do to look out for them children. If we have no children, we have no tomorrow.
yes, sir.
You understand me?
Yes, sir.
So that's why people don't know, because I don't broadcast that, because I'm not doing it for self-gratification. I don't want you to pat me on my back and say thank you for doing this. I don't want that.
Something that's natural, that's coming naturally.
My father gonna take care of me for that.
Yes, sir.
You understand me? I'm not worried about that. I'm not doing it for you. I'm doing it so that tomorrow when I go to heaven, he gonna say you did all the things I told you to go do, son.
Yes, sir.
I'm being obedient.
Yes, sir.
You understand me? So it's not about giving me credit. I don't want that kind of credit. That's why the media don't know. All the things I ever done in my life for the kids, for helpless people at home, I don't tell people often about it, because why? I don't want you to give me credit for that.
Yes, sir.
You understand me?
Yes, sir. Well, speak to us a little bit about that mantra of God first. And, in this world that we live in, it makes it, some people, it's difficult to work together towards interfaith. How do you feel about interfaith and what it is? Because it seems that God first is bringing about the Christians, the Muslims, the Jewish organizations, the Mormons, and all people who just want to simply put God first.
What we do is we try not to overlap and disrespect anybody. We try to start out by putting God first. That gives everybody an opportunity to not step on one another's feet. You understand me? The Christians, we believe in Jesus Christ.
Yes, sir.
You understand? Some people don't. But it doesn't really matter, because if we put God first, He's the creator of it all.
Go ahead.
That goes above us all.
Yes, sir.
You understand me? So by doing that, it's like it gives everybody an opportunity to come participate as one.
Yes, sir.
A brotherhood.
Yes, sir.
You understand me?
Yes.
And then when we do that, if you have your beliefs, us that believe in Jesus, y'all go over there, that's what you guys believe in. Y'all
Yes.
celebrate together on Sunday.
Yes, sir.
You guys that believe in something else, you go there and do, that's what y'all do together.
Yes, sir.
But at one point, we all have to be able to come together and realize that God gave us everything. God even sent Jesus Christ.
That's right.
You understand me? So God first.
That's right.
Because without Him sending Jesus Christ, none of us have nothing either. As far as Christians go, without Him being that period, the Muslims, the Jews, nobody have anything.
That's right.
Without God first.
That's
So
right.
we have to put Him above everything. So by
Yes.
saying God first, it takes away those elements of who believe in this and who believe in that and who don't. Forget about, let's get everybody together first.
Yes, sir.
Then that's why we have 7 days a week.
Yes, sir.
Everybody can do their thing on their day.
Go ahead.
You understand me?
Yes, sir.
And there's nothing wrong with us having different values, different opinions, different mindsets. That's what people fail to realize. We one of the things I tell people is that we as human beings have the best communicative skills on the planet, yet we have the hardest time communicating.
That's right. That's right. I think
a problem?
yeah, that's a major problem.
Trying to
Yes,
say.
sir. And I think you are highlighting that well. I know I can say, and as we close out this portion of the Wasim Muhammad show, that you were accredited, and most people in Camden know that you kept boxing together in the 90s. I mean, you did a darn good job in doing so. So this match is bittersweet for us here in Camden because you're fighting against one of our own and our best here that we produce here in a while. But we wish you all the luck, and I look forward to having greater conversation with you. But before we close it out, I just want to ask Brother Belly here about, I heard some amazing things about you, about what you're doing as far as the gaming industry and how you're trying to bring everything together, because you would like to clean up an industry that somewhat needs some working, and I think we all need working. We don't want to bang on just any one person, because we're putting God first, and we all are asking God for our forgiveness and His mercy. That's what makes it beautiful. So you want to talk a little bit about that, what you particularly do and what got you here?
Well, sure. Our company is Atlantis Gaming, and we basically specialize in development of gaming networks, and we like to think of ourselves as the high-tech side of the business, because it's an evolution, right? And we deal with the internet. Some of our people, one of our board members is actually a gentleman who invented high-speed internet. When you tell people, no, it wasn't Gore, it was, Victor B. Lawrence. So he's a great innovator that we've been able to utilize. But his whole function was getting things out to the world. And I think this is an opportunity for Atlantis to be able to really spread this message through the internet. The high tech, that's where your kids are going. And also, that's another place that people have really taken advantage of children on the internet. So we expose that type of thing and come together, as Brother Roy had mentioned, as far as all religions is concerned, then I think we can address that problem. And that's what it is. It's going to take unity, not division, in order for us to really save our children. And so for our company, we want to be pound for pound, as Roy was,
that's right.
and it still is.
It still is. I'm seeing that now.
That's exactly right. We want to be the same in gaming, and we want to do our share by helping kids be saved throughout the world, and prevent individuals from taking advantage of what they've done to children, which I'm sure if anybody sits back and think about, when I've seen some of the things, some of the rescues by God's first associates, I was stunned. I mean, I had no idea. Not that it's a matter of being naive. You just need to be aware of what's going on. So our company, from a gaming standpoint, we want to put back whatever we can do to help God first, and any other cause that saves our future.
Yes, sir. Well, I think you said something very interesting. You're talking about pound for pound. We're here in Cherry Hill, New Jersey, at the beautiful Crown Plaza Hotel. And shout out to the general manager here, Brother Ehab, is a great friend of mine. And as we're here in Cherry Hill, I grew up in the 70s and a member of the Nation of Islam, and Muhammad Ali, who was considered the greatest of all time. He lived in Cherry Hill, and I remember going to his house and having exhibitions at his house, and we allow us as children growing up in the mosque to do so. And I think being here with the pound for pound, the greatest today, because we judge that based on what's inside and not only what the man can do outside, I think it is an extreme honor. And if there's anything that you would like to say to our audience before you go.
I just want to say that same Muhammad Ali is the reason that I'm here today, because without him, I would never have started boxing. And he came in and went out just the same. I mean, at his funeral, there were every walk of religions you could think of at Muhammad Ali's funeral.
Yes, sir.
That showed you that he put God first.
Yes, sir. Indeed.
Thank you.
We thank you. So don't go nowhere. Don't you touch that remote, as my young people say today. Say, Dad, don't say dial anymore. Everybody has a remote. Don't you touch that remote. We'll be back with some very interesting guests, and I'm just honored. Remember, keep God first.
Coming to school on time every day is one of the most important things a parent can do to prepare their child for success, academically, at work, and in life. A day here or there may not seem like much, but students who miss just 2 days of school a month will end the school year a full month behind their classmates. And we can't afford for our scholars to miss their opportunity to learn, grow, and explore. Hello, I'm Kamala Nathaniel, the district's attendance manager. Setting good habits for your child's attendance starts at home, and it does not take much. Start by, first, setting a strict bedtime and morning routine. Secondly, talk about the importance of showing up at school no matter what. And hang up the district calendar where everyone in your family can see it. But even with good habits, things come up that keeps kids out of school.
Challenges like transportation, illness, homelessness, and family emergencies can prevent our families from getting their children to school each day. And the district's attendance officers are here to help. Like most of the attendance team, I am a parent and a proud Camden graduate. Our team knows the many pressures parents face because we are parents ourselves. So when we visit families of students who have missed 5 days of school, it's not to lay blame, it's to offer a helping hand.
Missing too much school can literally be the difference between your child's success or failures. So we take attendance seriously. Once a student has 10 or more unexcused absences, the law requires us to work with the family in truancy court. The judge and I work with parents to mandate support programs and services that help families overcome chronic absences and find solutions to get kids back in school and learning.
But let's not let it get to that point. Follow the simple tips in this video to get on the right track with your child's attendance. Or you can give us a call to get the support you need. Remember, when it comes to your child's future, every day counts.
Greetings, and we are back, and welcome back once again to the Wasim Muhammad Show. We are having a great time. I'm just having a wonderful time when you're around people who keep God first. And I believe we want to thank God First Enterprises for allowing us to have this opportunity with our brother, Reverend Chris Collins, as well too. But I'm here with the Camden champion, Prince Badi Ajamu. Peace, my brother.
Peace, peace. Good day to everyone.
Yes, it's always great to have you, and you're no stranger here on the Wasim Muhammad Show. And who knew several months ago when we had you here on the Wasim Muhammad Show that you'll be back again in front of the camera for such a worthy cause. We know you, and we're glad to share you with the world. You want to talk about what this fight and what this cause mean to you?
Yes, well, this cause means a lot to me. It gives me a chance to give back, so to speak, by bringing my talents together with Roy Jones Jr. and bringing attention to what's going on with the child slavery. You know what I mean? And the selling the organs of children, and how to bring the attention to the world to get the world's support on this matter also.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And it's very important. I know the work you do with children anyhow here in Camden at the boxing gym, and just the example you have been, a guy that they see running in the streets, working out, training, always have a kind word. Is this children abduction thing, how do it relates to our community? Because I know that they say a lot of the, I don't like to call them gang, street organizations in urban America, because sometimes the drug game is getting tight, sometimes they get into sex trafficking our girls. And what would you like to say about that to the people in our community where it directly affects us here in Camden and throughout urban America?
Absolutely. When you see children on milk cartons and children posted in papers and different places like that, they're children from your local areas. They're children who were taken at times when people thought that their children might have been safe. You know what I mean? And those type of cases are the type of situations that we want to be involved in. We want to try and stop if we can, but if we can't stop, we want to cut it down, and we want to try to save a lot of these situations, if not all. And the way it relates is because if we're not staying in tune and in touch with one another, these type of situations can continue to happen.
Okay, yes, sir. And we also here with a very good God first man, who Brother Duke Duval here, who has a wonderful guy who I've just met. I'm excited that I met someone who's so impactful when it comes to the spiritual side of things and the work you've been doing in America. We would like to introduce you to, welcome once again to Camden and the Cherry Hill area. We call it the Delaware Valley, but you know, I feel your spirit, and you seem to me like a guy who's always interested in something and working with people. What got you here to the dance, and why is it so important to you?
Thank you so much for the opportunity to be here. Well, I've known this young man for a number of years,
Yes, sir.
and through mutual friends, we have been given the task as Light of the World Ministry to almost be a script writer consultant. You know, when they're making a biblical movie in Hollywood,
Yes.
they bring in men of the cloth.
Yes, sir.
And these men have such a vision. I told you earlier that in 30 years of ministry, I had never really been involved with or introduced to how widespread human trafficking is and the abduction of children. And these men have a vision to utilize an arena that's calling people of all faiths to step up, put aside any differences, and to put God first for the sake of the children. As a Christian minister for all of these years, talking to brothers who are Muslim, talking to Jewish friends, so many of them have used their influence to help the poor, the needy. We need to continue to do that, but a lot of people are unaware how desperate some of these babies are. And to think that there are more than 20 million slaves in the world today, over 50% of them women and children, part of that to do with labor, slavery, but so much of it doing with the slave trade. And we just need to think about this. I know I think about Abraham Lincoln. He said, anybody that's in favor of slavery ought to try being one.
Yes, sir.
Well, we have so many opportunities, and for Prince and for Roy Jones Jr. to come together and to answer the question, what are we fighting for? We're fighting to put God first and to evidence it, honoring God by serving people. And when we can serve the least of these, from my Savior's perspective, he says, I take that very personally.
Yes.
He said, I count it as though
Yes,
you've
sir.
come to do it for me.
Yes,
and
sir.
so I just want to call people of all backgrounds to step up and use this very unique opportunity, this event that they're kicking off, you know, in Las Vegas, but using it as an awareness, using it for people to be able to get behind it, corporations to sponsor, and to be able to say, you know what, we want to make a difference, one precious child at a time.
Well, Brother Duval, we're running out of time on this segment here because we're going to come back with Prince Badi and Brother Roy Jones Jr. Talk a little bit of boxing, but very interested. I think we got to get you back here in Camden because I think we, you know, the seeds that you're throwing out there, I think our people really, really need to hear. And you're talking some great things. And if you're a friend of this guy, you're a friend of Camden. So welcome
We've
you to
known each
Camden.
other a long time, haven't we, friends? Amen.
And welcome you to Camden. Yes, sir. Thank you very much. So once again, don't go nowhere. Don't touch that dial. We're going to come back with our brother and friend, Camden's own Prince Badi Ajamu and Roy Jones Jr. Don't touch that dial.
When I got pregnant in high school, I stayed in school and worked hard to get my high school diploma. I knew getting an education was the best possible path forward for me and my daughter. I'm not saying it wasn't hard, and I couldn't have done it alone. I had the support of the Parent Linking Program. My daughter went to daycare right in my high school, and the loving staff gave me the support I needed to overcome obstacles and become the best parent I could be. Today, I am proud to say that my team and I offer the same support to adolescent parents in Camden. We run 2 fully certified child development centers in Camden High School and Woodrow Wilson High School. These free centers look after our students' children and offer parenting classes and workshops to help our teen parents give their children the best possible start in life. If you are a teen mom or dad with an infant or a young child under 2.5 years old, call us today and enroll your child in school childcare while you continue your high school education. Being a parent is a blessing, but it can become very overwhelming without support. Today, we can help you build a bright future for you and your child.
Well, welcome back. As we stated, I'm here. I mean, as always, as a minister in the Nation of Islam, we know we're well protected, by the FOI, but I feel well protected now with these two gentlemen here, as we can talk about, as always, and we can't give praise and thank and honor to God for having our brother and friend, Prince Ajamu, Prince Badi Ajamu, second time, the rematch. What can we expect?
Well, what you can expect out of both of us is we're putting it all on the line to bring the attention to the child sex slave trade. When we're doing it for that, that's a hell of a motivation. And when you got motivation like that, you see things unfold before the eyes of people watching.
Yes, sir. Well, Brother Roy Jones Jr., and I'm simply honored to sit here with both of you distinguished gentlemen. What do we say about someone who boxing considered at one time and I can consider it now based on what's on the inside, pound for pound, before there was any other boxer that was considered that. There was the greatest, but that mantra came with you, pound for pound, the greatest boxer in the sport. What can we say in Camden to the residents here in Camden and South Jersey? What can they say to that about this fight?
Well, what they can say is that I'm sharing my love with Camden by sharing the ring with one of Camden's own. You understand me? To do something that's bigger than he and I both. You understand me? So we're sharing the ring, but we're sharing the ring for a bigger situation, not for ourselves this time. First time it was ourselves. This time it's not about us. This time it's about a way bigger cause. And I like to say that I just want to thank him. I thank the city of Camden for getting behind him and allowing us to get together and make this happen.
Yes, sir. Well, we definitely appreciate it. I know it's great to see you on both sides of the camera. You've been an inspiration to many, and we pray that our young people can understand that and see that. And Brother Badi, what we want to say to the young people in Camden, as you always working hard to say a lot of great things about this match to the young people in Camden.
The main thing I would say to all people in Camden is we're here because God is first, and in this match we're putting God first to bring the attention to the world, and with that everything else is going to filter out and be what it's supposed to be. God bless.
Yes, sir. Well, we end this show out, and I'm so grateful and thankful to these very distinguished men and men of God, and that's most important. And as they say, as the scripture of the Bible said, that if you seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, then all things will come unto you. And as a brother, I'm just truly honored, and we'll be back. We'll see you again, and God bless, and stay in peace.